Andy, this is a government under growing pressure, isn't it?
Yes, Sian, and I think if you were to make a film about Boris Johnson's life right now, you might call it 3 parties, 1 flat and a baby. We'll talk more about the flat in a minute, but there is continuing concern about whether there were parties or not inside Number 10 and indeed in other government buildings. There's also a lot of concern from Conservative MPs about the return of COVID restrictions. On a happier note for the Prime Minister, he's become a dad again, but I think all of this adds up, I think we'd all agree, to be plenty to keep anyone busy.
Remember what it was like this time last year? Not much Christmas cheer around, but it seems behind this door there was at least some socialising, maybe even a party. Today it was confirmed the official inquiry will look into 3 events last year, 2 here and 1 at the Department of Education.
The primary purpose of the Cabinet Secretary's investigation will be to establish swiftly a general understanding of the nature of the gatherings, including attendance, the setting and the purpose, and with reference to adherence to the guidance in place at the time.
You can hear the mockery and disbelief, some of it from his own side.
My constituents in Kettering are very angry indeed at reports of Christmas parties in Downing Street during what was a very large second wave of COVID, and the behaviour was totally inappropriate and possibly criminal.
Are you planning to resign?
This Downing Street aide was in the now infamous video of the mocked-up press conference. He is still working there. The opposition do not want to let this drop.
That evidence should be very clear to find. The CCTV, these WhatsApps, there's, over 40 people allegedly were at this gathering, and that information should be given to the Met Police because nobody is above the law.
But Conservatives are angered by the return of so-called Plan B regulations in England. More face masks, working from home, even COVID passes for some venues. And as for the Prime Minister raising the possibility of mandatory vaccination,
I would not support the Prime Minister if we ever suggested bringing that in. I don't think that is the case.
But if he were to bring it in, would you say you would call for his resignation in that situation?
Yeah. I mean, having said that, I'm absolutely sure he's not going to call it in. Why we're even talking about it, I don't know.
There's a lot going on. The Electoral Commission has fined the Conservative Party over payments to refurbish the Downing Street flat where Boris Johnson lives. And there'll be a new arrival moving in there soon. This morning, Carrie Johnson gave birth to their 2nd child, a girl. At a difficult time, a happy event. Andy Bell, 5 News.